Happening now, former President Donald Trump is fuming as Canada slaps the U.S. with massive retaliatory tariffs, some reaching 50%. In a bold move, Canadian officials have halted key trade channels and hit American exports hard. Trump calls it a betrayal, but Ottawa says it's payback for years of unfair treatment. Watch the full video for explosive details on the tariff war, Trump's reaction, and how this could shake the U.S. economy.
Breaking news. This is a developing story, and it's sending shockwaves across North America. Canada has just imposed massive 50% tariffs on U.S. exports, and former President Donald Trump is absolutely furious. This unexpected economic retaliation marks a major escalation in trade tensions between the two longtime allies, and experts are warning this could be the beginning of a full-blown trade war. According to Canada's Finance Ministry, the new tariffs are a direct response to what they describe as unfair U.S. trade practices, particularly under the Trump administration's renewed push to renegotiate cross-border agreements and introduce new protectionist policies. The Canadian tariffs hit a wide range of American industries, including automotive parts, agricultural goods, dairy, lumber, electronics, and processed food products. Some U.S. exporters are now facing costs so high that shipping to Canada may no longer be economically viable. Shortly after the announcement, Donald Trump took to his platform, Truth Social, unleashing a scathing response. In all caps, he wrote, "Canada has stabbed America in the back. We gave them defense, trade, and respect, and they repay us with betrayal." He further warned that Canada would face serious consequences, including the suspension of trade privileges and the imposition of even harsher U.S. tariffs in response. Behind the scenes, former Trump advisors are reportedly preparing a draft order to withdraw from key sections of the USMCA, the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, replacing it with a set of Trump-era tariffs that could target Canadian aluminum, lumber, pharmaceuticals, and energy exports. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, however, is standing firm. In a press briefing this morning, Trudeau stated, "Canada will not be bullied by any administration, past or present. We believe in fair trade, not one-sided demands. These tariffs are proportionate, legal, and necessary." This standoff is sending panic through key sectors in the U.S. Midwest and border states, where industries like farming, auto manufacturing, and cross-border shipping rely heavily on stable trade with Canada. Industry leaders in Detroit, Minneapolis, and Buffalo are already warning of layoffs, rising prices, and stalled exports. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce issued a rare public statement urging both sides to step back and seek urgent negotiations before the economic damage becomes irreversible. Meanwhile, financial markets are showing signs of stress. The Dow Jones dipped nearly 300 points within an hour of the Canadian announcement. Commodity prices are reacting, with corn and wheat futures rising, while U.S. steel exports are expected to decline sharply in the coming weeks. This clash also has political implications. Trump's critics argue that his aggressive trade stance is now backfiring, damaging America's alliances and weakening economic ties that have taken decades to build. But Trump supporters insist that Canada's move proves Trump was right to take a hard line, claiming this is exactly why America needs stronger economic walls. There are also geopolitical concerns. As the U.S. and Canada spar economically, China and Mexico could benefit from redirected trade flows. Experts suggest that Canada may increase its reliance on Asian markets if tensions with the U.S. continue to grow, a move that could realign economic blocs across the Pacific and Atlantic. U.S. lawmakers are divided. Some Republicans are backing Trump's calls for retaliation, while others warn that escalating a trade war with Canada, one of America's closest allies, could hurt American workers more than it helps. Democrats, meanwhile, are urging President Biden to intervene and de-escalate the crisis before it spirals further. As of now, the White House has issued a short statement calling the situation concerning and encouraging dialogue and restraint on both sides. Still, with Trump fueling nationalist economic rhetoric and Canada doubling down on its defense of sovereignty, the space for negotiation appears to be shrinking. What happens next could define the direction of North American trade for years to come. If the U.S. responds with additional tariffs and Canada expands its retaliatory list, both economies could suffer. Consumers may see rising prices on imported goods, cross-border jobs could be lost, and small businesses that rely on shipping and trade could face enormous challenges. This is no longer a policy debate. This is now a live economic confrontation between two of the world's most interconnected trading partners. And with Trump back in the spotlight and potentially heading into another presidential run, this conflict could become a central issue in the 2025 U.S. elections. This story is still developing. We'll be tracking live statements from the White House, updates from the Canadian Parliament, and any new retaliatory measures that may be announced in the coming hours. What do you think? Has Canada gone too far, or is Trump finally facing the consequences of his hard-line trade legacy? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for the next update, because this trade war could be just the beginning.
Thanks for watching Global Mind News. If you found this report helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. We bring you the facts, insights, and updates that matter, straight from the source. See you in the next report.